Hello and welcome. Sometimes it feels like the whole world has a secret it's just waiting to tell you, right? Well, today, we're going to listen in really close and hear a story about the universe's secret song.
Have you ever tried to tell someone how huge the sky is or what it feels like to be so happy you could just burst? It's tough, because sometimes the biggest, most wonderful things, well, they're just too big for our words. And our story today starts with a question exactly like that. So let's begin with a very wise king. He had all the castles and treasures you could imagine, but there was one giant question in his heart he just couldn't solve. Now, this king, his name was Parikshit, but what was really important about him was this puzzle. A question so big and so deep that it filled up his whole heart and made everything else feel kind of small. So the king went to his wisest teacher, and he asked, how can our little words, even in our most ancient stories, ever talk about the great, amazing mystery of everything? It feels like I'm trying to scoop up the whole ocean with just a tiny little cup. All right, this is where it gets really interesting. The teacher didn't just give him an answer. No, he said the answer was actually hidden inside another story. And to find it, they would have to take a little trip back in time. With a warm smile, the teacher began to speak. He said, you're not the first person to ask this. This question is ancient. And the answer, well, it's like a precious gift, passed down from one storyteller to another through the ages. So he told a story about a traveling musician named Narada. Narada didn't need a tour bus or a plane. He was powered by love and song. And as he traveled the world, guess what question he carried deep inside his heart? Yup, the very same one. So Narada, our traveling musician, took his big question to the oldest and wisest person in the whole world, a kind sage who lived high up in the mountains, spending all his time just thinking about how to fill the world with more kindness.
Now, get ready for this. What do you think the wise old sage said? Did he give Narada the answer? Nope. His answer was another story, a story that was even older. From a time so long ago, it was almost like a dream. He told Narada about a secret gathering on this incredible, magical world called Janaloka. It wasn't a world like ours with dirt and rocks. It was a world made entirely of pure thought and ideas. And it's where the kindest and wisest people who ever lived had all come together. So picture this. All the wisest people who ever lived were in one room. And every single one of them had that same big question humming in their hearts. They were all completely equal in their wisdom and their kindness. So to find the answer together, they chose one gentle person, named Senandona, to speak for all of them. And here we are. This is it, the big secret they all discovered. The answer to the king's question. It wasn't a fact, or a number, or a science lesson. It was a beautiful idea. An idea so full of love it could only be a poem, a song. Sanandana, speaking for everyone, explained it like this. He said, the great loving mystery that created everything, it isn't an it we have to figure out. It's more like someone who is sleeping. And our stories, our songs, they don't describe the mystery. They are what gently, lovingly wake it up. And this is the most beautiful part. Imagine a good and kind king is fast asleep. To wake him up, his friends don't barge in and shout. No, they come to his bedside and they sing beautiful, soft songs all about his goodness and kindness. And the songs gently wake him. That's what our stories do. They're the universe's wake-up song.
And the song had other beautiful ideas too. It said that your body, it's like this amazing house that you get to live in and have all your adventures in. But the real you, the part of you that loves and dreams and asks these big questions, that's the loving friend who lives inside the house.
The song also said that growing and changing is a wonderful, beautiful thing. It's kind of like a snake wiggling out of its old, tight, worn-out skin. And underneath is a brand new, shiny, bright one. We can always leave our old ways behind and become brighter and kinder. And the song said that this great mystery isn't somewhere far away from us. We're actually a part of it. Think about a beautiful golden necklace. It might have all sorts of different shapes and beads on it, right? But it's all made of the very same gold. Well, in the same way, every person, every star, every little bug, we're all made of that same loving goodness. And this part really gets to the heart of it all. The song says that the best thing about hearing these stories isn't about getting smarter or winning some prize. The real treasure is just finding other people who love the stories too, and sitting together and sharing that feeling of wonder. That's the real magic. So you see, a song as beautiful as this one, it was never meant to be kept a secret. It's the kind of thing that just wants to be shared, traveling from one heart to the next, making the whole world just a little bit warmer.
So when Narada, our traveling musician, heard this amazing song, his heart was so full of joy he felt like it would pop. He knew right away that this was a gift he just had to share. So he traveled and traveled until he found his friend, who was a great writer. And he told him everything, every single word, so it could be written down and shared forever.
And that's it. That's the secret journey of our story. From that magical meeting of ancient sages, to the one who spoke the song, to the old sage who remembered it, to the musician who shared it, to the teacher who told it to the king. And now, after all that time, it has traveled all this way to find you. And that really shows us something, doesn't it? The best stories are like little seeds of light. You don't just keep them in your pocket. You're meant to plant them by sharing them with others. And then you get to watch as they grow and make the world a little brighter and a little kinder for everyone. So now you're a part of this ancient, beautiful chain. This story and its secret song, it belongs to you now. So the only question left to ask is, what beautiful story will you share today? Thanks for listening.